Oakland Elementary, straight from the mouths of kids and teachers. What do you like about school?
I like about this. I learn about goals and maps, and I learn how to do sight words, and I learned how to decompose.
Decompose?
Mm-hmm.
Like numbers?
Mm-hmm.
You too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that's an awesome skill. Go ahead.
I like my teacher because she helped me learn and helped me do my sight words.
So let me ask you, do you set goals in your classroom?
Huh?
Do you set goals?
Yes.
Yes. And how do you know when you've met a goal? Is there something really cool that you get to do or something special?
When Miss Eva's our goal. My goal is decomposing.
To learn how to decompose numbers?
My goal is to count forwards, to count to 100. Forwards and backwards.
Forwards and backwards. That's awesome. Okay, Bailey. So tell me what your goal is.
I can count forwards and backwards.
To
10 and to 100.
Oh, awesome. So all the way to 100. Okay. So what are you doing in class? What activities are you doing to help you learn how to do that?
So I do decomposing, and Miss E told me to do 20.
Okay, so once you're finished with one part of it, you keep going, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so Miss Echeverria, she's really good, isn't she, about helping you know when it's time to go to something different. I love that.
Where do we start? What do we look at?
Right there.
Oh, but what is that called? Our
Standard.
Thank you, Kyla. So our standard is NBT 1. And we know that today we will represent numbers using tally marks. So we can represent numbers in many ways. We will know. We show mastery. When we can represent numbers. 1 through 120. In many ways. Now, Aubrey, what are we doing today?
Representing numbers using tally marks.
Okay, so we can what, Bashaya? Very good. And we know we show mastery when, Markia? Kiss your
Rihanna, what is this? Is your data folder? What's in your data folder? I can count to 100 by ones and tens. Wow. That's your goal? And what are you using to help you reach your goal? Like, what are you doing? You're decomposing numbers. Okay, can you show me? How do you have the number 10, and you're going to decompose 10?
Something is not quite right. I'll help you with this one.
That is awesome. So you have 5 plus, which equals what? Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. And did you choose to do this activity, or did Miss E tell you to do this activity? You chose it? So you must like to work with markers. You like it? Because it comes off easily? That is great, Rihanna. That's awesome. I'm very proud of you.
right, Gracie. Tell me what you love about learning in kindergarten.
I love learning CBC.
You love learning CVC words? Like, tell me an example of a CVC word.
It's a three-letter word that spells the actual word. But if you spell a CBC word, that doesn't make a word. That's not a CBC word.
It is. Okay. How do you know in your classroom what it is that you're learning?
Because she goes she go over it and she help us.
Okay, she goes over it. What was it? I noticed in your classroom you had a chart where you guys had underlined stuff and circled stuff. What were you doing with that? That was cool.
We're like circling and underlining so we can like know what we need to do and like what it means. So like
Do you know what that's called? It's called deconstructing the standard. Miss Lindsay deconstructs the standard with you. That means she takes it apart and looks at all the pieces and she's like, what is this really saying? So that you know what it is you're supposed to be able to know and do, okay? So that does help you then. Okay, now you know what it's actually called, right? All right. So what would you change if
social
you?
studies and science, like we can have like more PowerPoints.
Okay, like you make the PowerPoint or like your teacher?
No, our teacher makes more PowerPoints.
So what would that do for you? What would that?
That would like help me learn a little bit more better.
Okay, why?
Because like sometimes when she says stuff, it's like kind of confusing to me, and then when like she puts it on a PowerPoint, and then like there's examples.
So you like to have examples
Yes,
and you like to see it. Do you know what kind of learner you are then?
visual.
Boom. You are a visual learner. And so that's great feedback for you. You want to see visual.
What would you change? If you could change anything about school, what would you change? Michaela?
Something specific, like in the classroom, I would change would be our environment and our learning system and how we learn, and make it more efficient where we can have more choices, even though we already have choices, but maybe try to come up with our own like ideas, and maybe like when it comes to like groups, try to make our own. When we're in math and she puts a strategy on the board, we can use different choices, like if we're learning a new strategy, because every day our teacher gives us a new strategy. So when we learn our strategy, we could pick, the best way we learn and what strategy we like, because not everybody likes the same strategies.
Show different strategies of how you can learn, because everyone doesn't learn the same way, and maybe have more choices than what you already have. When I say that, what is the one thing that your teacher does that helps you remember what she's taught you?
Okay, I'll help you work. She'll actually help us and work it out with us and try to, help us understand it, even if we don't get it at first.
Darla?
She gives us an assignment and she does pre-tests.
Okay, she gives assignments and she gives you all pre-tests. Kyle?
That she gives us a sticky note after a lesson and she tells us what we was learning about.
Okay, so it sounds like a ticket out the door, almost like she closes out her lesson and gives you a sticky note and says, write down what you've learned.
The strategy we learned yesterday, she puts it on the board and she gives us a couple of problems to solve using that particular strategy, so we could get it down packed. And she always unpacks the standards, and she always makes sure we know where the standards are and where they're located, and she tells us our DOK levels, and if we need to know like maybe our reading level or maybe our math scores to see what we need to improve on, she makes sure we have it in our data tracking binder.
Why do you think it's important for teachers to be willing to change?
Because like the if you like be if your kids is good, you can like if because the teacher can change. Like if the teachers change better, the students they will be better and get better.
Okay, so if we want kids to do better and get better, we have to change as teachers, right?
Yes.
That's the way that works. Why would it be better for them to do things different?
Like, they can learn like more than they're already learning.
Okay. So how would you describe your teacher?
I would describe my teacher as a hard worker because like when we leave, she has to stay like after school to like print paper so we can already have like things that we can work on in the morning.
Right, she gives you feedback, okay? So she models that hard work, doesn't she, for you?
Yes.
Cameron?
One thing I like about my teacher is that she's nice, she's kind, and she's funny.
Okay. Darla?
I like my teacher because she corrects people when they're wrong, and she's not trying to embarrass anyone. She's trying to.
That is awesome. She corrects the students when they're wrong and she does not embarrass them. That goes a long way.
Love you, Missy. Thank you for being my teacher.
I'm Tammy Wiggum. I'm a third grade teacher at Oakland Elementary. And I just want to share with you my feelings about personalized learning. I was a little hesitant when I first started. I wasn't very confident that my students would be able to grasp this concept. But one day I just took it upon myself and I explained the work mat to them, and I was highly surprised at how they just took off. Once I explained to them to make their choices and to choose according to their learning target, they started to choose and they started to be very excited about what they were about to experience here. And I immediately saw a competition. I saw the girls competing against the boys. I saw children working together and trying to accomplish the task. I saw them excited about moving their magnet from DOK or Learning Target 1 to Learning Target 2. They were excited about making the choices of what they get to do and how they get to do it and how they get to present it to themselves. I even had one young lady, one of those choices wasn't even presented to her, and she asked, well, Ms. Wickham, can I make a Google slide? I said, of course you can make a Google slide for your vocabulary words. And she was so excited just to be able to create something on her own and then present it to me in the way that she felt the most comfortable.
That is amazing, Mrs. Wickham. I can't even imagine for that child that wanted to make a Google slide, what happened if we never presented those opportunities to these children? You know, I wonder what kind of learner they will become. Would they have been stifled or, you know, just not being able to express and have ownership that this is their learning process. This is
their
about
time.
them.
And this is their time to start taking responsibility for their learning. And I think what the kids see is that, oh, I am responsible. I do have choices. I can do this. And it's okay if I don't get it right the first time. I know exactly what I need to do. Go back, try it again, and present it to her again.
That is awesome. I think about your most difficult or challenged behavior student, and I wonder, what do you see? Do you see a change in those children that just have trouble with behavior?
I do see a change in those children. They get to pick a partner that they are comfortable with when they choose their activity, and they are actually working it. They are engaged, they're trying their very best, and then they also have a partner to work it out with them sometimes in order to be successful at it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stepping on the other side and taking that challenge and that risk. And I know it's going to be an awesome year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You all have an awesome day. Say bye to your teachers.
Bye.